When it comes to prepping and buying the things that we need, our goal is to try to save as much as we can as we purchase the things that we are wanting to put up for preparedness. So today we're going to talk about 10 things that we should be buying. You can pick them up at Walmart's, Dollar General's, Dollar Trees, and they all could be well under $10 when you're purchasing these things. So I would challenge you to make a plan and start looking at some of these options. 10 things that could benefit you when it comes to preparedness, all under $10. This is going to be a good list. I think most of these things you should have. But as a beginner prepper or someone thinking about preparedness, and you have one of those spouses or friends that thinks you're crazy, this is the easiest way to subtly pick up preps without them thinking you're crazy. This is going to be a good video. It starts right now. Hey guys, welcome to the Max. Thank you so much for being here. No, it is not me. You hear the rooster. No, it is not me grunting. You hear the pigs. Look at these pigs. We had 21 piglets right here in the forest. So they are up growing, doing phenomenally well. We hope to bless other people with these pigs. We're gonna keep some, of course, for our family and the sustainable needs that we have. You hear the roosters, they're doing the same thing. Some of those will stay here to feed our family. Some of those will be for other families. So if you hear those sounds, I promise you it's not me cock-a-doodle-dooing and it's not me grunting. It is our animals from a farm. We do live on a farm. So let's jump into the video at hand. 10 things that you can purchase for under $10 to start prepping, to make sure you're picking these up at stores where you don't look like a crazy person loading a buggy way too full. We're trying to save money here, folks, and this is one of the easiest ways to start doing it. Pick it up a little at a time, start this little plan. Before we do, if you're new to the Max, go down here, press subscribe, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up. Let us know what you think about this video. Our goal is that we always give you information that can hopefully help you or help your family member when it comes to sustainable living, homesteading, or preparedness. Number one purchase is a lighter. A lighter or matches, you can throw this hand in hand. We pick up big boxes of these things, but if you go to any store right when you're checking out, no matter if you're at a dollar store or you're literally at Walmart or any grocery store, there is going to be those little clear lighters that's going to come in just about 20 different colors that you could purchase for literally $1 or $2. You can even buy a pack of these for normally $5 to $7. A lot of times we'll go to Walmart and we'll see the big boxes of matches for 97 cents or 5-pack of matches for 97 cents. That's dirt cheap. So pick up some lighters and some matches. When you purchase this, this is not some crazy prepping thing. You need matches and lighters for any and everything. But do you realize how valuable heat, flames, fire is? So first one would be matches or a lighter, picking these up right there at the cash register for about $1. Number two, next item under $10 would be pain medicine. We do not take a lot of medicine at all, but we do believe in having preparedness, and we do believe that we need some things if all of a sudden something bad goes down and we don't have a way to dull the pain of something that could happen to us. So picking up a thing of Tylenol or ibuprofen or an Aleve or whatever you're used to taking, I challenge you, do not take these, do not live on these. If you have a headache, get through it. If you don't feel the best, get through it. It's good to have some pain relievers just on hand. Nothing majorly strong, no crazy strength, but $3 or $4, you're purchasing some Tylenol, you're purchasing some ibuprofen. Now this is a big deal when it comes to my children too. Again, we do not give our children medicine just to give them medicine. We don't do preventative treatments with medicine. We believe food can heal all. Even though we have elderberry syrups and we make a lot of our cold and flu medicines and things like that, we still purchase some just typical kids ibuprofen, kids Tylenol, kids Dimetap or Benadryl. It's just good to have. You know, we're also a bee farm, so you know, sometimes we have bee stings, and some of our kids, they kind of have, you know, they'll swell up on their foot or on their arm. So it's good to have some Benadryl on hand, especially for our children. So excuse the rooster, he's telling you to buy some pain medicine too, but this is again one of those things you can purchase for $2 to $4 or $5, and you're starting to pick up some good pain medicine to put up for safety. Number three would be a can opener, a manual can opener. The whole purpose of a can opener is, you know, we've talked about preparedness, and so many people buy canned foods and canned goods to put in their pantry. Now, those are easy if you have the pop tops that are now coming on cans. There's still some old school cans that need to be manually can opened. So it's good to have a can opener. This would be a great purchase. The rooster agrees with me once more. I keep 2 of these, one in our home, one in our bug out bag. I also have a can opener that has a pop top on the end. Not that we're popping a lot of tops, But again, it's just another universal kind of multi-tool that you can keep on hand to allow you to get to access food whenever you need it. Number 4 would be a first aid kit. I'm talking travel size. If you go to Walmart or you go to a Dollar Tree, they have a little kit that has like a few alcohol wipes, a few Band-Aids, maybe a little thing of pain relievers, but it's very, very simplistic. This is one of those things that we need to expand on, definitely. I have a whole video on our little mini hospital setup. But when you're talking about just having a small little kit, again, that people may not think you're crazy, or your spouse might not want to prep as much as you do, picking up these little things, these are things that you use every day. So it's not like you're stockpiling and looking like a crazy hoarder. It just makes it where you can pick up these things and know that you have them when you need them. Especially when you have children. You know, I had one the other day fall and he scraped his knee. So it allows me to be able to clean that spot off, put a little gauze on it, we're good to go. That's just something really good to have just around your house or in your car, and to be able to get to it pretty quickly. 5 would go along with that. I would say alcohol and peroxide. This is something that leaves the shelves pretty quickly, but right now you need it. If you're cleaning out a wound on your hand, or you're trying to make sure something is sanitary or disinfected, alcohol and peroxide are dirt cheap. You can pick up the alcohol and peroxide bottles, the clear and brown. They're sitting right next to each other for literally $3 to $5 at any dollar store or any Walmart. This would be good purchases to have. I literally buy a little alcohol and a peroxide just about once a month, because it's just good to have around the house, especially when you have as many children as I do. You have the scrapes, the cuts, things like that just happen naturally, especially with us living on a farm. I get caught and snagged on barbed wire just about weekly. So it's good to have. Peroxide alcohol buying for under $10, a great additive. Number 6, this is actually something I talked about in a video just a few days ago if you're looking for off-grid heat. The little chafing dish burners, people call them sterno burners, I call them hand heat. Those things you could buy a 2-pack, I know at my Walmart, for about $8.97. Sometimes they're even cheaper than that if you can get some kind of off-brand. But these are excellent to have. They're just perfect for a little small heat, especially if you live in the city or apartments, and it's a dirt cheap way to have a fire. So here you have the matches and the lighter. Now you can light it. You have a little heat canister that will last, I think, 4 to 6 hours typically on one of these cans. So you pick up 1 or 2 of those every month or every 2 months, you are now developing a heat source that you can have indoors to heat up any and everything that you need. You think about it, every chafing dish or every heating situation, if you go to a church wedding or any kind of get together, they have these chafing dishes and these little heaters are right underneath them. Perfect. $8.97 or less, depending on if you're buying just one or an off-brand. This is a great investment. Number 7 is duct tape. We keep rolls of duct tape just about everywhere. I've talked about duct tape until I'm like blue in the face, because I believe in it. It literally can fix any situation. So I would challenge you to pick up a roll of duct tape. Make sure you have it, because you can fix anything. For instance, prime example, I had a waterer, the pig waterer, and this is like for a water leak, but there was water leak that was coming out. And to be honest with you, I just did not have time to just fix it because I was running late, but I wanted to, of course, make sure my pigs were okay and they had water. So I literally had just a small leak. I was able to dump enough out so the water pressure wouldn't be on it, put tape on both sides. Now, is that a fix-all? Is that gonna last for 2 weeks? Probably not. It is a temporary fix that allows you to get a little bit more time to get things done. Duct tape can be a major fix-all or a temporary fixer for time being. Pick it up for sure. This is a great additive. Number 8 is a flashlight. Now I would challenge you to buy a better flashlight than a $10 flashlight. Do you know I have these little $5 flashlights, and I have several of them that you can hook on your keys. I put a magnet on some. I can hook to different little, like my side-by-side, a four-wheeler, or in the truck. They're just small little lights, but if you just need to see around you, see your keys, get to something without making a big deal and turning on a big, bright strim light or mag light, it's perfect. So for instance, when I'm doing things outside early and we're supposed to go milk at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, or if I'm trying to turn off water to the gardens late at night, I'm in an area that has a lot of snakes, a lot of moccasins, and a lot of black widow spiders. So it's just nice to have a little light. Flashlights, candles, those little canned heats, those are pretty big necessities that everyone purchases, and they don't realize they're actually prepping to a point where it doesn't look crazy, but it's just good necessities to have to get through some maybe tougher days. A flashlight would be a great investment. Last 2, number 9 is gonna be Paracord. Paracord is phenomenal to have on hand. We buy Paracord and we have several sets of it depending on the strength that we're wanting. Some thick, some thin, some that are a little bit stronger, some that are a little bit less, depending on what we're doing with it. Paracord is kind of like duct tape. It's a fix-all. I think about so many times we've used it to hang tarps. But then on the prepping side, think of how many times you need to string something up, hold something up, keep something over water, keep something in a tree. Paracord is valuable, valuable, valuable. I keep several rolls of Paracord in our bug out supplies, also in our vehicles, and then also right inside our home. Again, this is one of those things that people say, well, it's not crazy to have a little Paracord, but to be honest with you, it is so versatile when you talk about preparedness. Very, very good to have. We actually used it not too long ago. Our kids didn't do tents that day. They hung hammocks from trees. Well, it started raining, so we just tied Paracord above it, put a tarp over it, and then they had shelter. So it was just that easy to makeshift a tent cover for them to have a canopy to not just get soaking wet that night. So Paracord, very versatile, a very good investment to have, and you can pick this up for $6 to $8, you know, for a roll. If you're wanting something thicker or more military grade or professional grade, yes, you're gonna pay a little bit more than $10, but you know, don't go crazy. Just start buying this stuff little at a time and then add up to more. Number 10, this is probably one of the biggest ones, but it's hygiene. I think of soap, toothpaste, and toothbrushes. Now, that's not just all number 10. I know that was 3 things. But when it comes down to a topic, it's hygiene. You've got to look at things like, can I brush my teeth? Do I have the toothpaste to brush my teeth? Do I have soap to wash my body? A lot of times in preparedness, all we think about is survival and food. That's great. But the biggest organ, the biggest part of our body is our skin. And if we don't protect it, it's going to break down, and then you're going to have more issues than trying to survive or eat food. You've got open wounds, you've got sores, and it's going to start breaking your body down. It can be very dangerous for bacteria, so hygiene is very important when it comes to our health and preparedness and survival and sustainability. Now, teeth are the same way. We push having extra toothbrushes and extra toothpaste because hygiene for our teeth is huge. You start having a cavity because you're not able to brush your teeth, then all of a sudden you have abscesses, and then all of a sudden you've got a major bacteria again forming in your body. That is not good, and you need to make sure that you have extra hygiene items. Toothpaste, toothbrush, soap. These are all great investments. You can pick these up for dollars. I mean, dollars, people. I pick up a thing of toothbrushes, I promise you. Probably, because it's 8 of us, I'll pick up 2 packs of toothbrushes every month. You can buy those little cheap ones at Walmart for like $2. Now, is that some high-end brand? No, but if it doesn't last 2 weeks, 4 weeks, it doesn't matter because we're buying so many of them. We have them stockpiled. Same with toothpaste. As a prepper, someone that lives sustainable, I bet you we have more toothpaste than what the normal man probably needs in their whole lifetime. So these are good investments. We make our own soap, but again, you can purchase soap for dirt cheap, $5 or less. You can buy any bar that you possibly could want. But number 10, these are some good items for hygiene. Well, you can hear it. The pigs are going crazy. The roosters are going crazy. They're all ready to get fed. You hear them, listen to them. I love little piglets. But I hope this list helps. We're talking 10 things under $10. You could pretty much buy these and you won't come across as a hoarder or somebody crazy like me. You are not a crazy prepper. It just allows you to have some good things to have just in case. It's household items that you need on a daily basis, but you don't realize how valuable they will become if something bad happens. Pick these things up, 10 things, $10, and it's actually saving you money and prepping at the same time. God bless. Happy homesteading, y'all.